Mam Paryupasate Shraddhavana Matparamaha Bhakta Sevi Mame Priyaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying this 35 qualities of a bhakta. The last quality that we saw is nirmama, no mindness. It's not audible. I need to increase the volume. Yeah. What is it? The decimal there? What is there? Number? Huh? Decimal, I'm asking. 8, 9, 10. There's no decimals there. Should have a decimal there. So. Yeah. Now? Better. Little more. Yeah. Now? Better, no? Yeah. Yes. The last quality that we saw was nirmama. No mindness. No mindness means no attachment. You just have to examine all that you claim as yours. This is mine. This is my pen. This is my watch. This is my car. This is my shirt. And you will be surprised. If you keep coming to the class, it's only third class right here. If you attend another about 10 classes and you keep sitting in the same chair, okay, 11th class when you come someone else where to sit, you will get angry. My chair. Don't try this way. This is my chair. That is why we make this chair, most uncomfortable. No backrest. Nothing. We just have to sit. You people have a better seat. You should not aspire to come here. It's better there. All that you claim, mine, essentially springs from the notion that I am the body. Since you believe that you are this body, Everything that is related to this body, you will claim as yours. That's the point here. A bhakta is one who never says, "This is my body." He has disassociated himself from the body. Since the root is removed, since he says, "I am not the body," he doesn't consider himself to be the body. So, since he is not considering that, anything connected to that, think for yourself. You can make a list of so many things that you are claiming to be yours. In that, fundamentally, everything will be related to this body. That's all it is. My mother. So Buddha asked his father, how many fathers I have had in the past? How many sons you have had in the past? How many fathers I am going to have in the future? How many sons you are going to have in the future? What are you talking? My son. What is in that son is yours? Only connection is what? It came from this body. That's all. Except that one thing, Ramtirtha goes to the extent of saying, if that is the reason, then he says, the lice that you get the head also came from your sweat only. Isn't it? Also came from your body only. That you are not considering as my child. That you take out and kill. And you have a special medicated shampoo for that. To kill what? Your own. And then you talk about ahimsa. That doesn't mean you come with all that and transfer to everyone here. This is the danger of this philosophy. Anything we say, we are in trouble. See. So he says, what is it? That's where you get attached. The moment you get attached, finished. It is, if there is a singular reason for all the problems you have in life, with everyone around you, there's only one reason for that: attachment. And you know the best part of attachment? When you are attached, it will appear the other is dependent on you. That is why none of us understand attachment. The dangerous aspect about attachment is this. I am attached. When I get attached to my child, I will always believe the child is dependent on me. Actually, who is dependent? You are dependent. When you are dependent on that, it will appear to your eyes, I am not dependent, they are dependent. Therefore, I have to take care, no? How can you desert people who are dependent on you? Like so many people talk about, Buddha. How can that fellow leave his wife and go? Such a bad fellow he is. Heartless. We are far better, sir. What is it? We are sitting at home. I'll take care of my wife. I'll settle down my son. And then I'll settle down my grandson. And then I'll settle down my great grandson. And then one fellow asked, "Oh, these Indians are hardworking." Huh? I said, "Why not?" Because for you fellows, you have to work for one generation. Indians have to earn for 7 generations. Obviously, hardworking, all attachment. And the best part of attachment is it will appear to you that the other is dependent, whereas I am not dependent. This is how your attachment gets promoted. That's why he calls it as virus. Swamiji calls it as virus. What is this virus? Cancerous virus. Dangerous one. Why? Because it starts presenting itself as a healthy cell. It will appear as a healthy cell. And then all that you are taking, all the food value, the nutrients that you are taking will be consumed by this cell. The foreign body eats everything, starts growing. Why? You can never understand you are attached. This is the dangerous problem of attachment. It will suffocate. You will start demanding so much from the other. It's impossible for the other to fulfill. They cannot fulfill. And when they are not fulfilling, you get irritated. How can you not have this much at least? Fulfill this, no. You'll never do this. It's not possible. No one can give fulfillment to you. You are demanding that fulfillment from the other, but to your eyes, it will always appear as I am fulfilling my obligations. This is how you will start doing obligations. And when you are performing your obligations, you start feeling the burden of obligation after a point. In the initial stages, you will not feel that. The initial stages to claim that I am doing my obligations is like giving a kick. Tremendous kick you get out of it. Duties. When the other person is not responding to it, what happens? Imagine, okay, you see in a crowded marketplace, you see a man missing, he forgets his tomato. Okay. City market you go. You saw him bringing that packet of tomatoes. Not that, he got for 10 kg and all that. Half a kg. That's all you can afford now. He bought. He left the packet in a hurry. He was running to catch the bus. He forgets. You are so generous, You have taken the packet, gave it to him. Hey, you forgot this. He simply grabs it from your hand, gets into the bus. How you will feel? Terrible, no? Hey, half a kg tomatoes. I saw the papers. One farmer, earned about 4.5 crores, it seems, 3 months. 3 months, 4.5 crores. Tax free, agricultural income, no tax. All of you must be thinking, I think we also should have tried that, no? I know about you, I genuinely felt. At least the terrace garden, you should have put some tomatoes. You do an act of charity, right? You did out of your concern. You gave it to him. You have done your work, right? Can you just go back happily? Not possible. That person has to say thank you. At least say thank you. You don't have to give me 2 tomatoes. I'm not expecting tomatoes from you, man. At least say thanks. At least say thanks, no? That's what everywhere they do. You give donation, immediately they'll put your name. Isn't it? Another paper, IIT. This fellow got educated from that place, therefore he gave. Immediately, what they have to do? One building was given in the name. Everywhere you go, at least that you have to do. Expectations from where it comes. The root is what? Mamakar, mine. What is mine, I'm giving it to you. And you take it from me, you cannot be happy after that. It's impossible. It's a law. Nobody can do anything about it. You suffer, he says. And when you get frustrated, you frustrate the other person also. Remember, it's not that I am frustrated and that is all that is. More and more I get frustrated, more and more I will tend to frustrate the other person. And more that person gets frustrated, what they will do? Frustrate me. I frustrate you, you frustrate me. And then I say what? I love you. What life is this? So what are we doing, sir? That is why we don't want to stay together. We separate. No true human beings can't live together. It's better to commit suicide. En bloc. That's what one fellow did, no? 10,000 fellows he gathered. Mass suicide. And he said that's the way to liberation. Few years back. All got liberated. From what? Attachment. Divorce. Why do you divorce? You're attached. And when you are attached, it will always appear to your eyes as what? The other person is dependent on you and I have to carry you. How long you can carry? Somewhere down the line you say what? Get down. What does it mean? That's what he says. How long you can carry a person on your shoulders? Beyond a point you cannot. Is the other person actually sitting on your shoulders? No. But to your eyes, it will appear like that. If I am not there, what will happen? The mother genuinely thinks, if I am not there, how my son will study? What will happen to their future? Everyone is worried. Everybody is concerned about the future of my child. And invariably what? I'm going to secure the future of the child. How? Your idea of security is what? Huh? Huh? Money. That's all it is. Wealth. One fellow says invest in gold, another fellow says invest in land, another fellow says keep that money in the bank, another fellow says put it in stocks. Doesn't matter. Or somebody says, it's best to do it in all. Don't put all eggs in one basket. Put it in different baskets. That doesn't mean immediately go to the other extreme. Nirmama. No mamakara. The root of mamakara is what he is giving. The next one. See, if actually these two things, they're twins. They go hand in hand. The ego and attachment go hand in hand. They're twins. The other side of the coin is the ego. Nirmamaha. Next one he gives is nir-ahankara. No ego. The absence of ego. What is this ego? Sense of I am. I am supreme. Whether you are qualified or not qualified is the point. It's not the point. I am supreme. The HOD of the Department of Philosophy said, I am the greatest person in the world. They said, what? You're the greatest? Prove. I said, that's very simple. He called the students. They said, I'll prove it to you. Come to the classroom, I'll prove. He took out the world map and asked the students, which is the greatest country? They all said France, because it happened in France. France is the greatest country. In France, which is the greatest city? Imagine India. Okay. Which is the greatest city in India? You have any doubts? Bangalore. Which is the best area in Bangalore? Wherever you are, right? Basongudi. Obviously, South Bangalore, sir, first, you say. Central, North Bangalore. Say, where did you come? Will human being live there? And the fellow knows I'm living there. And he is telling me, human beings live there. Yes. South Bangalore is a place where you get good coffee. I said, to have coffee, you build a place? Weird. But however, that fellow said, greatest place is what? Yes. Which is the best place in South Bangalore? Obviously, Basongudi. In Basongudi, which is the best place? He said, best of all that's what the fellow said, of all the universities, which is the best university? Of course, our university. In this university, which is the best department? All students of philosophy. They cannot say engineering. Right? So what they have to give answer as what? Of course, Department of Philosophy is the greatest. In the Department of Philosophy, who is the boss? Head of the department. I am the head of the department. Hence, it is proved I am the greatest person. That's all. Ego. How you derive? You see, you genuinely feel that I am the supreme person. I am great. I'm extraordinary. There's a question here. In the example quoted, killing mosquito, lice, etc., how does one comply with ahimsa as well as be practical? You don't bother about ahimsa because you are not qualified to talk about ahimsa. So you be practical. Full stop. Right. He's asking, should I kill mosquito or not? You are killing fellow human beings that you are not bothered. Killing a mosquito is worried about. This is the problem of Vedanta fellows. You hurt more conscious beings. I am worried about this. You better kill mosquito because you will get dengue and then come to me. You only said in the class that you should not kill mosquitoes. Huh? Remember, ahimsa is a quality to be practiced at the mental level, not the physical level. Physically, you cannot live without himsa. You have to hurt. Remember, ahimsa is not non-killing. It is non-hurting. You don't hurt somebody. Whole day you look at your life. Physically, is it ever possible? Every breath that you are taking in, taking out, Millions of germs getting killed. So what are you going to do? Stop. Even if you stop, there is trillions of bacteriums are living in your body, dependent on the breath. If you stop that, you are killing trillions. Now my question is it okay to kill billions or is it okay to kill trillions? Which one you are going to go by? Huh? Can you afford to say that I am not going to hurt, kill? Physically, it is not possible. Remember that. Ahimsa cannot be practiced at the physical level. Don't try. You will fail miserably. You see, there's only one person who could practice it to the maximum, Mahavira. Keep him out. No human being can live it. Not possible. Don't try all that. In that, you have to ask who you are hurting maximum. You are hurting the fellow beings. And you are oblivious to that part. In Tamil, there is a saying, பகல்ல பசுமாடு தெரியலன்னா இருட்டில் எருமாடு எப்படி தெரியும்? I don't know how many of you follow that. எரும மாடு, buffalo. Irritu means darkness. How can you see a buffalo in darkness when you are not able to see a cow in broad daylight? Such a conscious being as human beings, as other, sensory animals hurt. You are worried about mosquito. This is being practical. What is to be practical in life, sir? Understand ahimsa is a mental attitude. It's not physical. 1. 2. Physically, you will cause injury. You cannot not cause injury and live. Even if you say that I'm going to commit suicide, even then you are causing injury. Whether you live or you die, you are causing injury, you are causing pain, you are causing killing. Then how do you practice ahimsa, sir? Don't start from the smallest. Start from the biggest. When there is so much of scratches in the car, you give it for repainting. Which one they will attend to first? 1 micron scratches or the dent? At least this you should know. First, they will attend to the dent. After attending to the dent, you have to see that 1 micron scratch. I suppose you're all aware of the depth, the painting, they will calculate in microns. 1 micron. You need extra light on that to see, You can't see with the naked eye. Your car has dent all over the places. You're worried about this, 1 micron scratch. Ulta. First, what you should attend to? Dent that you are causing there. Remove that first. Then you can come to this. Till that time, what you do? Don't worry about all these things. Don't worry about this 1 micron, 2 micron scratches. Leave it. Forget about it. This nirahankara. This ego of yours doesn't come to surface, remember. It doesn't come to surface at all. At the surface level, what are you? You have no ego. For all practical purpose, if you see, do you have an ego? Obviously, you will not have ego. Like this, like these classes that we are having, no? Like this, Bodhidharma was giving lectures. So he became such a popular figure in China. Entire China was talking about him. So the king, King Wu, he wanted to listen to his lecture. So he sent a message that the King Wu wants to attend your lectures. Bodhidharma said, of course, he is most welcome. They thought he will go. He said, you are welcome to come. King Wu is very genuine. He came. Obviously, when the king comes, where he will sit? Front row, no. VIP seat. VIP seat, na? Very close. VIP seat. And along with him, who will sit? Will anyone sit next to him? VIP seat right in front of both they're sitting there. And he has to sit down. You have to imagine that he has lived a royal life. Right? Suddenly bring that fellow and ask him to sit down, cross-legged. It's a torture. And that restlessness comes in, not used to it. You see. So, what the king was doing was shaking his big toe. Is going on. I can't show you people. Right. I will show it. Ding, 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 you're shaking. Very disturbing too. Well, imagine one fellow sitting in front and keep on shaking. Irritated. After some time, both of them said, why are you shaking your toe? He looked at the big toe. What happened? Stopped. Story stops there. This all the stories. Why are you shaking your toe? He looked. It stopped. Obviously, he would have given reply what? When he looked at the toe, what was the toe doing? Not shaking. So he looked at the Bodhidharma, he would have given answer what? It's not shaking. And then after some time, what will happen? Again, ding, 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 going on. Why are you shaking? It's not shaking. When does the shaking happen? When you are not alert. The moment you are alert, it stops. That's the ego. It stops instantly. But when you are not conscious, when you are not alert, is the time where your ego operates. So remember, always ego operates the back door. It will never enter the house through the front door. It's a thief. It will enter through the back door. How does it enter there? It says there are three ways in which it operates. You can see that clearly. One is, I am the doer. That's all three are worst actually. Way of ugly expression of ego. When ego expresses, it will express as ugliness. Okay. So that is why we say there's no point in saying I'm going to make my personality better. The personality better is the ugliness. For ugliness, you wanted to give a makeup. How can you do a makeup to ugliness in you? It's impossible. Don't try. How does it manifest there? First thing it manifests as I am the doer. I do. What is this I am the doer? Attitude. Very interesting attitude this is. The ego of yours. Your ego will subscribe to two notions. Right? Two notions everybody will have. You can see everyone around you. A typical place would be your office. Very easy to identify there. Or home, anywhere. Office is little easier to identify. You can look around in the office and bracket people in two categories. There are people you will find working more than you. You'll say, sir, superb, sir. Yes. There are people who you will say working less than you. Impossible for you to find one more person who works equal to you. You see, more than you possible. You will see, yeah, he is superb, sir. He is very good. He is. Or you can find people who are contribution less. Equal contribution, you can never believe in that. For interview sake, you will say that. Yeah, husband and wife. You can never find yourself that my contribution and my spouse contribution equal. Impossible. Either you will say that my spouse contribution is more than what I have contributed for this relationship, or less. Verbally, you will say that. Verbally, you will say what? Yeah. Better half. That's why we introduce as what? Better half means what? More than you. Worse half is less than you. It's very easy for us to identify. Find out in your life who you consider has contributed in any aspect equal. All around. This is called I am the doer. The kartrutva, we say. The idea that I am doing it. This, me. I do things. I am the doer. And bigger the action, bigger the ego. Isn't it? Bigger the action, bigger ego. Small action, small ego. This is what Ratan Tata said when this what is the car? Nano. The Nano failed, at least the first phase. Now I think they are coming back now. Nano. What is the reason for the failure of Nano in India? Huh? He said we started selling it as cheap car. No. Recently, this after Corona, budget houses are not having good response. Sales, real estate. Bigger houses. SUVs are selling more. And every day you complain the roads are bad. Congestion. But what is selling more? Bigger cars are selling more. Why? Sensible thing to do should be what? Small car. Correct? Every time you get a bigger car. Why? Bigger the house, greater the ego. Feel great about it. And if no one is there around you who can appreciate the big house, what you will do with the big house? You have a big house, say, right? No one is there to appreciate it. Say, what you will do with the house now? That's the problem for Arjuna. You know, in the Kurukshetra war, why he collapsed? What is the cause of his collapse is this. Because you would have seen this, in Wimbledon or this tournament, when they win, there are 15,000 people sitting there. But his concentration is not on the 15,000. His concentration is where? To that one box where there are 5 people sitting. In that 5, is he concentrating on all 5? No. Either it will be his coach or girlfriend. Wife, I can't say. You see, wife, girlfriend, he'll run and hug that person. Imagine that person says, "Here, gold." What will happen? Big deal. There's no place in the house to keep all the trophies. Imagine, Roger Federer's wife. How many medals here? Boring it is. Lose no once. Let's enjoy that. What will happen? Imagine there is no one with whom you can share your success. Will you be interested in that success? Arjuna's predicament is he will win the battle. After winning the battle, I have won. He would love to go and show the victory of his to whom? He would love to show that to Bhishma and get his appreciation. Fantastic, man. Very good. Or Drona. Both will not be there. Imagine you kept out Drona and Bhishma out of equation from Mahabharata war, battlefield. What Arjuna would have done? He wouldn't even ask Krishna to go and place the chariot in the middle. Come to the battlefield, start the battle, that's all. Kill everyone, left, right, center, you would have finished in 2 days. In 2 days, you would have finished the war. Isn't it? That's what happened, no? After Drona, Bhishma 10 days. Right? Drona 5 days. After that, 2.5 days, war over. Karna, don't think, Karna was equivalent and all that. There is no way near Arjuna. He is. Right? These are all your notions you people have got from our Chitragatha. To the valor of Arjuna, Karna nowhere near. So nowhere we find the victory of yours. You have to have people around you who you will keep. That's where the previous point comes, attachment. There has to be a group of people who you call as mine. Now, if no one is there for you to call as mine, what will happen? So this ego and attachment. Starting is ego. Starts with ego. Then comes attachment. When it begins. When you are trying to get out, how you should do? First attachment and then ego. That is why Krishna puts the other way around. First he puts the quality of mamakara, then ahankara. Saying no. No mamakara first, then no ahankara. There's a great thinker called Kivaja in Tamil literature. He gives a beautiful example for this. He says, when you're dressing yourself, first you will wear this shirt, inner, inner that banian you put on. When you're wearing, first you will put on the banian and then shirt on top of that. When you're removing, will you say, first I had put banian, so first I'll remove banian and then shirt? Will it happen? You can never do that. First you have to work on what? First you have to remove the shirt and then you can remove the banian. Same way, he says, first you got to remove that mamakara. And along with that mamakara, he says the ahankara also has to be both. The equation is different. So the first thing we have, the expression of ego, we have is, I am the doer. The other one we have is this, I alone exist. Another, ugliness of ego. I alone exist, sir. Nobody is there. Meaning what? A sense of self-importance. See, I alone exist in the sense that everything, everyone around me are there only to serve my needs. That's all. Even God is there only for what? To serve my demands. And people go there. Actually, they do. They go and offer. There are deities, I don't give names of those places. You go to the deity. They call it as Eval Devam. They will go and destroy. I will give you this hot blood of some animal, goat. I'll sacrifice the goat and do abhishekam with the blood of the goat. And then what you have to do? Go and destroy that fellow. And you genuinely think that God is going to do that. If somebody were to do that, do you call him God or Gunda? Huh? He's a Gunda, no? You pay that fellow, he goes and kills. Now, what do you call him? And you think gods also do that. And then there has to be a counter god for that. So these two fellows will be standing there. That will go here. This is a Vitalacharya movie, Huh. It's good for entertainment. But you believe in that. Why? I don't exist. Everything around me should be there to fit to my convenience. That's why you will see when you are driving on the road, right? You would call someone to be a lousy driver, someone to be a rash driver. How? The equation is only one. If I am driving at 40 kilometer speed and you were to drive 20, I will say you are a lousy driver. Why you fellows come onto the street? And if I see someone driving 60 kilometer speed, I will say what? How rash. So what is it, sir? 40 is the standard. Suppose if I start driving at 60, then what? All those who are driving at 40, I will call as what? Lousy. All those who are driving at 80 will be, this is called I alone exist. Coming out also, you will see what? Yes. Only me. First me. If there is anything left out, you people can have. Give me way first. I have to go first. And it is so interesting when you see, it's not there is a traffic, there's so much of traffic, I have to wait for another 20 minutes, nothing of that sort. Empty road, right? A fellow's far off. Today morning, while coming here, I'm the first to come, right? To the class. and the last to go. Right. I've come, I have given the indicator to enter to the gate. The gate was open. An auto fellow who is far away in the end of the street, he's just getting in, right? And then there is a speed breaker there. Huge one. It's a wall. Kuttichevaru we call. It's not a speed break. It is. I don't know who built it. Huge one. It's like when you go and then come down. He's there. From there, he is giving me indication. Blinking, give way. He says, don't enter now. I will go first and then you enter. What was interesting is behind me there are 3 cars. I stopped just to see what happens. I stopped. And the fellows behind me got so annoyed. Obviously. But it is so interesting to see that auto fellow. He didn't even acknowledge that I stopped for him. Royally he went. I go first. Doesn't matter what it is. No matter what. I have to get first. I have to get my pound of flesh. That's called I alone exist. Give me my share. If there is anything left out, you people have. I alone exist. Everybody is there only to serve my needs. The ego. I alone exist. I am supreme. I am the doer. I alone exist. None of these things the Bhakta has. How do you handle that is what you will find in this Kalinga Nartana episode of Krishna. That Kalinga is the ego. Where is he living, sir? Deep inside the lake. The lake is your mind. Deep inside your mind stays this poisonous snake, Kalinga. He will not come out. He'll be there inside waiting. Because he knows one day you will fall at his feet. You will go and jump in the. Got a good meal today. He didn't realize what is he for. He goes in, attacks Kalinga. And he holds that and starts crushing one after the other. The head, crushing that. And the crushing was done with such grace and effortlessness. It looked like dance for others. It was not dancing. It was actually crushing. The crushing was done with such grace. That is the spiritual effort. Your spiritual efforts should look with such grace and elegance and effortlessness. People should cherish you doing it. Now, if you start anything spiritual in the house, what happens? Why? There's no grace in that. If there is gracefulness in your efforts, everyone around you will appreciate it. Will cherish that. Will enjoy you putting effort. You see, it's a treat for them to see. For you, what is it? Crushing the ego. And one after the other, it will keep coming. You crush, I am supreme, I am the doer will come. You crush, I am the doer, I alone exist will come. By the time you do this head will come up again. One after the other, it will keep coming up. Now you can't do anything. You have to wait for this to get out. It says, Nirahankara, no ego. Sama Dukkha Sukha is another quality. The next quality is another beautiful one. Treats equally Sukha and Dukkha. The pleasure and pain both were treated in equal terms. Our problem is what? You will hold on to one, reject the other. This is the tragedy of life. And it is so interesting which one you hold on to, which one you reject. It's so interesting. See, world, if you take, everything in this world is just opposites. They're known as dvandvas, pairs of opposites. That's what he says. He is balanced in those opposites. Why he is balanced in those opposites? What is the meaning of that? Does it mean that he will not experience pleasure? Does it mean he will not experience pain? Immediately people say, Ramana Maharishi got his operation done without anesthesia. What you people don't know is he got the second surgery done with anesthesia. Now what happened to his spiritual status? Gone, is it? The first time he had, sir, now he is not having, sir. Is this the criteria? I see a lot of people get impressed with this idea. Ramana Maharishi. So if he takes anesthesia, means he is any less? Huh? You mean to say when this operation is done, he will not experience pain? Of course he will experience pain. When something pleasant is there, he is not going to say it is not pleasant. How do you know this? You are caught up in this. How do you know you are caught up in this? Look into your own literature. That will explain. What is the concept of heaven for an Englishman? Eternal sunshine settles on its head. Seasons roll by, but he keeps this summer in his soul. Correct? For an Englishman, summer. You go in Chennai and say, eternal summer. Huh? He'll say, I better stay in hell only. I don't want that heaven. Why? For him, what is heaven? For Chennai fellow, what is heaven? Some place. Bangalore, such a place. Full AC. Whole city is AC here. One of my relative came to my house and he criticized me. Why are you having AC in your house? You are having full city AC. I said, I've never used it. Then he shouted me more. Then why you got that? I said, I did not order. I ordered other things. That fellow who delivered, he said, free. Now, I never asked for it. I never ordered it. He sent it. Now, I don't know what to do with that. I can't sell that also, no? So that is the problem. Imagine you give me, food. Like a lot of people, get some goodies. They bring it and give specific instruction. Give it to sir only. Right. I just got one jackfruit. One jackfruit, okay? Says, oh, he likes jackfruit. So give it to him only. That means what? You also should not eat. That's why conveniently she says, my wife, I don't like sweets. Convenient. So you are happy. Appa, she will not eat. Only you should have. How much you will have? Huh? It's amazing to see people, you give. Where this notion, your idea of heaven is opposite of what you are experiencing now, isn't it? You read the literature. Description of heaven for people living in desert. What is it? There is a perennial river flowing there. Clean water. Right? You come this side, Himalayan ranges. Those people, you tell him, what is heaven? You say perennial river. Okay? Right? Pure water. It's here. Why should I go there? For these people, what is heaven? Description. Water. There, two rivers are there. One river of milk, another river of honey. That is the mix you will get there. Milky ocean. Is it no? Ocean of milk. That is lying down. Spring coil, spring bed, says, Dhanam Saraswati. Vishnu. Spring bread. Nothing new, he says. You had the spring bed then only. Lying down. That is heaven. What is heaven for you? What you get attracted to? When you are in poverty, you are attracted to what? Wealth. Wealth is attracted to poverty. That's all. Money is nothing, sir. Who says that? Huh? Who says? The one who has only will say. The one who doesn't have will never say that. Not from within. The one who has that abundantly tasted alone says what? It is. But then you tell that fellow, drop it, no. I remember one guy used to attend my class. That's the last meeting I had with him. I think he would have left Bangalore. What is in this house, sir? He invited me to his house. They're having lunch there. Eating. What is in this house? Nothing in this house is mine. Nothing is yours? I said, yes. Allah waste, sir. These are all Maya. I said, what to do now? Don't worry. Transfer it to my name. Gift tax you pay, I said. Right. You pay the gift tax and transfer it to my name. You only said it's of no value. No. But give it to me. That's the last meeting I've ever had with that fellow. He absconded. Be careful. Don't simply, what is it, sir? The opposite always looks attractive. Remember, the one who is a glutton will get impressed when he sees someone who is fasting. If you want to discuss, we are discussing about ahimsa, no? Here, isn't it? Ahimsa. Right. Samadukha. Earlier we discussed ahimsa, right? Right. Jain Tirthangas, 24 Tirthangas are there. Do you know all those 24 were Kshatriyas? All of them. Not a single Brahmin in it. No Vaishya also. No Shudra also. Only Kshatriyas. Why? One extreme to other extreme. That is life. Remember, opposites are life. There is no life without the opposite. There is no light without darkness. There is no darkness without light. You cannot understand. The one who doesn't know light cannot know what darkness is. We may believe the blind person is living in darkness, but he doesn't know darkness. Whatever he is experiencing is not darkness. Then what is it that he is experiencing? We have no idea. Why? Because we don't know what is that. Because for you to recognize darkness, you should know what light is. Without knowing light, how do you know darkness? Life means opposites. Remember, if there is pleasure, there will be pain. There is pain, there is pleasure. There is profit, there is loss. But what you cannot conceive is, when you are experiencing profit, you cannot conceive a possibility that you can go through loss. When you are under loss, you can never conceive a possibility of profit also. This Bhakta is one who treats both equal. Why? He doesn't lose his balance. That's what it means. Sama. He's balanced with both. Why? Because when he is going through the one, He understands he cannot escape the other. If I were to enjoy the praises from you, the fact that I have enjoyed the praises from you, I will suffer when someone were to criticize. That's a law. Either you accept pleasure and pain together in your life or reject both. You see, only that is the state of a bhakta. Now, how we live, we accept one, reject the other. If you accept wealth, reject poverty. Or you accept poverty, reject wealth, which is what we call as spiritual people. Renounced everything, sir. This man drinks only water. He is not here eating food at all. He is living like that for the last 30 years. So what? Who gets impressed with that? He never touches money. Who gets impressed with that? Bertrand Russell, he proves only a thief will speak against thieving. Courtesy Bertrand Russell. What a logician he is. He proves it. Beautifully he proves. Read him. Explain nicely. Says, only a thief will stop talking about stop stealing. Stop stealing. Stop stealing. He will shout at the top of his voice. No stealing, no stealing, no stealing. Who will say that? Only a thief will say that. They're all anti-corruption, sir. Who will talk about anti-corruption? Only a corrupted society will talk about anti-corruption. More and more you talk about anti-corruption, you are proving what? You are accepting the fact that we are a corrupted society. That's all. Yes, no opposites. Either when you are experiencing pleasure, understand pain is waiting. When you are going through the pain, understand pleasure is waiting. That's all it is. It's a cycle. Life goes in that cycle. Profit, loss, honor, dishonor, pleasure, pain, joy, sorrow. All this keeps coming in cycle. There is a clear cycle for that. One after the other, it will keep coming. Don't get perturbed by that. When you're experiencing that, don't get excited, don't get dejected. Maintain the balance. When can you maintain the balance? Only when you understand the fact that world, life means opposites. A bhakta is one who has a clear understanding of that. Therefore, he is balanced in sukha and dukkha. We'll see you next class.